You know what? You got a point there.
I don't know, like...
Anyway, Team Unique are starting on the T side. No P250s. Fnatic Rocker and Passionage will be the grenade men. And again, we didn't really get to Syman Gaming, but we'll get to them in due course. Excuse my asthma. Team Unique spreading around, focusing on the middle position, going through the doors. God, I'm almost dying here. Undo's falling back. So they're trying to show some presence. Seems Team Unique are trying to pull Syman Gaming out of position by showing some presence towards mid. That hasn't really happened. Syman Gaming is sticking to their own strat, which is going to be 3 towards B and 2 towards A. Ramzik's almost got an AWP angle towards the car. There are flashbangs to allow Unique to get close to the site, and they're holding on to short with one player in the Fnatic Rocker, so I would expect a short plant to come through.
Yeah, so according to plan for Team Unique, they can settle back onto the catwalk position. But the CTs still look pretty dangerous here on the pistols. The retake is it's not nearly as bad as if you are playing a gun round. And these pistols doing fantastic work for the CT side. Syman Gaming are storming this bomb site. And for that rocket against 4 players, there is surely absolutely no chance. And indeed, he'll get eliminated going for the pick, and that will be a great retake coming in from Syman Gaming. And I'm with the desk. I think Syman Gaming are going to be taking this one with ease, but we'll let the action do the talking for us. Easy retake.
I mean, I feel like we're still, I won't say completely in the dark on Team Unique, because we saw what they failed to do in that previous game, which does tell us a lot. We haven't seen what they can do, but we've seen what they can't, for sure. So in that sense, Syman Gaming, it's going to be hard for them not to be the stronger team coming into this. So we shall see what they can do. Team Unique will have gone for the force buy for the most part. 2 players. So it's kind of like more of a hero round. Normally it's like the 1 rifle. They've dropped 2, it seems, on this particular round. So Robin's picked up an AK. Maybe it's dropped by Passionage, and he's given him the deagle in return. Either way, they're looking for entries. Only 1 player has a helmet. Only 2 players with Kevlar in this front for Team Unique. But it seems they'll be given a reasonable crack at going towards A, or have they? We see Perfecto on the radar is in a goose position. There's a one-on-one duel going on. His teammates not quite popping out. There he goes. So the info's there, but the frags are here for Syman Gaming. Rifle collected by Nealon, trying to hold down the B bomb site. But the bomb is still by mid-door. So despite being really ill-equipped, Team Unique, the last 2 players will be peeking one by one. Would have taken a long time to rotate, but Fnatic Rocker will use that distraction to pick up an AK-47. He sees the shadow of the player on short, so there's some information, but there are 3 more players to find, and he needs to get himself a 1v1. Spotted now. He's got to move quickly because, as you can see, there's an instant push from Torek. We'll see that a lot, especially on Dust2. You know where one or the last 2 players are. All the CTs everywhere else will move into very aggressive positions. And you can see Nealon having a quick look. There's an AK to collect if he's careful. And again, he's buying time for his team to rotate. Worst case scenario, shot through the door, and he'll be finished off. Team Unique buying 2 AKs, only fragging 1 person in that round.
Yeah, it's such an ideal spot for Syman Gaming to be in. You get that economy rolling in on that CT side. It always feels really good. And one of the benefits is just getting the orbs out straight away and then building a buffer of economy so that you know if something doesn't go right, then you can always get the orbs out back again. And that allows you to take risks to go for some aggressions. And it's just such a different story as to starting with a bad economy where you don't have any security at all. And the first orbs that you eventually get, you have to make them work straight away. So it's so comfortable here for them. And you can see that they're voiding a lot of space in middle, partly because it's closer ranges. You don't have to go too aggressive. Speaking of which, Kios will actually try to get some info out there. I don't think that he was able to see Undo. Either way, Team Unique going for a catwalk again, it seems. A short push could be on the cards. It is pretty effective getting that bomb down, but Syman Gaming will have 3 players towards A to respond. Team Unique now coming back towards middle, it seems. So seeing if they can perhaps bait a pick towards perhaps a player from B rotating in towards mid, but that's not to be the case so far, so their hands will be forced. And I like how Syman Gaming are playing this. They're allowing Team Unique to just come to them.
Big shot from Ramzik, and it's going to force the hand of Team Unique as the clock starts to tick down. Oh, a team kill, actually. I thought that was a collateral, but it'll do. Ramzik with another one, and the Fnatic Rockers left with a scout. So Team Unique have really been trying to force the pick in that middle area, try and split the CTs 2 per site and then overwhelm them, I assume. But Syman Gaming are not really giving them that opportunity. They're allowing them to poke and prod through the doors. They don't feel compelled to fight to the death in that position so far. And there isn't really a plan B that we've seen. It's just been, all right, well, we haven't really got anything from this situation. I guess we'll go towards A, and that has been what Syman Gaming want, and they've dealt with it pretty damn well right now. Undo's on -1, and Robin's the only person to kill the other team at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. The money's looking really good for Syman Gaming, and it'll get even better if they're able to take this round. And it looks like Team Unique are going for a default here, just given the way that they spread their players out. Typically, you'll send players through Dark, but the boost is here. It's ready. The AWP is in hand, but the boost, we talked about that yesterday. If the CTs do go for that, you can actually just take them down with a boost of your own, and it's something that a lot of teams have in their default just because it's for free. And it's such a great result here for them.
There's a flash behind that box you can do as well, which they don't see in advance of it going behind the top and popping. But obviously, if you can just boost like that, then that's fantastic, of course. If you're down there on your own, you can also flash them off the angle. Nealon with one through the gap. So once again, Team Unique trying to pressure that mid area. Vicious will just hold in case of a long push for the time being, but that's not going to happen just yet with 4 players alive. Kills by the window. There's a flashbang for his teammate, but Undo will avoid it. Hard to flash a player in that position under the window. There's no retake Molotov for Syman Gaming, so it's going to be pretty hard to deal with Undo. However, the bomb needs to cross, and there's no cover. That makes life a lot easier. They could have gone for a double peek with maybe the player by double stack if he thought he was safe from the window, but here we are. Now it is a man advantage for Syman Gaming. The plant's going to come through, and there's a commitment from Torek. He'll get traded, but now it's a 2 versus 1. Took a risk, and it's paid off. Fnatic Rocker trying to get another 1v1, but he will not be afforded such a luxury, and it'll be 4-0 to Syman Gaming.
Yeah, beautiful. Easy does it. A bit shaky there, obviously, giving up the bomb plant, but getting that kill as the bomber came across was such a big deal because we could see that effectively created a series of situations which were extremely unfavorable for Team Unique. As the player who was on the side already was then forced to plant the bomb, and then he's just going to die in the act. Got an auto sniper coming out from Perfecto. That is quite interesting. What a choice. He's going to be covering the B bomb site, so I can understand why that makes sense. If there are a lot of smokes up towards the tunnels, it is nice to pump them full of bullets, and the auto sniper is going to be a bit better than the AWP for such a purpose. Very interesting stuff. I do think that Team Unique will get a lot of value if they had set pieces towards A, just given what I've seen from Syman's CT setups on the A bomb site so far, but got a bit more of an aggressive one here, as we can see that Ramsey's just sitting on the ledge. And it's a pretty damn good spot. You've got to flash this. Beautiful work. Ramsey now in not the great position. And look at Patch just running for it. Patch able to get 2 headshots. That's beautiful work there. And that's A just completely open.
This is a very expensive round for Syman Gaming. 2 versus 5. What can you really do at this point? They don't even have the money to survive this. Keel's down to $350. This gun's quite good for no scopes, but Undo will win the duel on this occasion. You don't really see an auto sniper bought very often this early on Dust2, let alone at all. I don't know if it was on purpose. But yeah, just some trivia. If you're like, let's say you're on A, if you're shooting at people on short, you can quite reasonably no-scope people with it.
It's really expensive, man. It's like, what is it? Like, is it 5,000 or 5,500?
I don't even know. I don't even know how much it is.
It's one of the two. It's 5,000 or 5,500. It's definitely more than the AWP. So, yeah. And it's one of those guns where when you buy it and you like lose around immediately like this, it feels pretty bad. Ooh, the AWP is actually thrown into the hands of Nealon, but he can't hit the shot. That would have been such a big deal to connect that one. But indeed, Team Unique are on the board. And I was talking about attacking short and how, given some of the setups we've seen out of Syman Gaming, that might be a good go-to. And it's worked out for Team Unique, so perhaps we'll see more of that in the future. We'll have to see. Interestingly, though, there isn't as much money as you would expect on Syman Gaming. So they might even be on an eco here.
Yeah, after that huge frag, Ramsey caught completely out of position. He did give him a headshot with the P250, but if he's alive and you're dead, then it doesn't really matter too much. All right, so they're on the board now. We've got a pretty damn good buy for Team Unique again. Just that one round, and they have completely wrecked the buy of Syman Gaming. There are grenades here for Syman Gaming. They've got the AWP as well. If they can get it into a good position, then oh my God. Okay. Well, that is quite the game changer. Now, does that leave one person B and one person mid? Again, in multiple rounds, Team Unique have looked for a pick in that mid position, and they've got a dirty one through the doors, and they've taken long at the same time. They seem to be looking for a response from the CTs at the moment, who have short. Undo has gone through lower tunnel, and he's got to look for some kind of aggression here. He won't see anything in the initial angle, but he could walk into his doom, and it seems like he will, in the face no less. 446 to 448 damage.
So now Team Unique will force their hand in towards the A-bomb site. Nice defensive smoke coming out from Nilan. And so try to hold on to this and allow team rotation as quickly as possible. And the Ts aren't moving at all just yet, so there is plenty of time for them to get that rotation in. And you can see they're even offering up a flank here. I don't know if you want more than one player on that flank, but they're going to invest 2. We'll have to see how it goes. They're waiting out the smoke, and it's allowed Ramsey to get into position with the AWP to cover from short. He'll pick off 1, but Neelan can't do anything by himself on the bomb site, and the flank has been activated meanwhile, and it fights against the bomb, and Fenvicious will take down Perfecto, leaving everything on the shoulders of Ramzik. In this 1 versus 2, there's time here for the for the Ts, that is, and you know what? The peak comes in straight away, and Ramzik will lose his head. So good effort, but not enough.
Well, Unique may have just broken their opponent very early. Again, I think based on what everyone saw yesterday, Syman Gaming have got to be a strong favorite. But when you got no money, it's hard to really take things over the line, at least in the short term. So here are the current odds from GGBet for this map. We'll see how those change as it continues. Now we've got another long push coming in from Team Unique. So they were certainly helped by the frag through the doors, but when it's another 5 versus 5, we'll see if they look to head towards long once again. Now, they've lost 1 weapon top mid. The bomb's stuck in T-spawn, rather. And Fenvicious has been traded as well. However, it's just Perfecto now, and Fnatic Rocker can try to protect this weapon. But again, he's got the bomb, so Undo's going to come back to help him out. Don't want the bomb to get isolated, although it already is. You can see Perfecto's picked up the AK-47. Now we've got the creep coming from both sides. Fnatic Rockers missed the first shot, and there's some poking and prodding from Undo. There's a flashbang as well, and the aim punch will certainly help. That could have been worse for Team Unique. However, they will be successful.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. Interestingly, you know, Fnatic Rocker missed so many op shots. He didn't hit a single player when they were coming up mid, which is pretty surprising. I'm not sure if that's nerves or what the issue might be for that, but I can't imagine that that's going to be something that's normal.
Achievement unlocked.
So, and that actually, as you say, like, one of the reasons why running up mid with 5 USPs in a situation like that sucks is because the op should get like at least 3 kills, at least. And so for them to get up there with 5 and then get a 5 versus 1 and they picked up an AK and stuff like that, that is actually really dangerous. And right at the end too, I feel like the player coming through the doors, that flashbang actually completely whiffed against Perfecto. And he had the advantage of against the player running through the doors, and he whiffed his shots. So that could have been incredibly damaging. Perhaps a bit of nerves to go all around, I don't know. Either way. Got a feeling we'll be resuming play soon. But it's difficult to say which turns this map will take just now, because I feel like, as you say, the money's been broken now for Syman Gaming. I don't know if they have a 4-buy coming. Given that they just did a full eco, you would suspect that the 4-buy is coming this round, because teams basically never double full eco. You never see that in the current economy.
We'll see just how bad the situation is. Man, honestly, I'm curious if we'll see a keyboard crazier than that Christmas tree in this tournament, because I think it's the brightest keyboard I've ever seen really on a desk. It's just so bright, man. Not that I'm complaining, it's pretty awesome. It's like, I feel like, the initial buzz of the RGB keyboards has come and gone. So now we don't see such craziness of that kind of thing. Before it was just like, you go to a DreamHack and it's every keyboard is like that. But now you've just got the solid colors. I don't bother to even solder LEDs into ones that I make anymore on the top Only in the bottom. Sort of replay of the previous rounds.
I like the bottom glow. It's kind of like reminds you of getting those neons on like racing cars. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I know
you know what I mean? I forget.
Yeah.
I don't like it to have a technical name.
The boy races.
Yeah.
The lemming drops. What is happening at the moment in production? Talk to us. What is the hold-up? Okay, well, never mind. We're back into it. So, Team Unique have one more round to recover. Again, Syman came slightly short on things on their side. Ramzik is running around naked with the AWP. They're light on grenades as well. But there'll be a 3-man investment towards long. So there's my answer about will Unique go towards long on the buy round. But it won't be so good. They've betrayed it and they're through the choke point. Back on their side of it. But there are some raw shots from the AK. And that might shut down the round. 2 versus 3. There's time for Syman Gaming to try and do something. But we've got Fen Vicious lurking in that mid position. So I feel like Team Unique were boosted with confidence with their previous plays towards long when they got a pick through the mid doors. So I do wonder if they will favor this when they have a reasonable spawn in most of these T-side rounds.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Vicious will find Perfecto, but that's actually a 2v2 now, given that kill. So imagine they're going to be going for this one. Although they don't have a kit, so that does change things pretty dramatically. There's no utility, though, for Team Unique to slow this down. So they're going to go straight in here, Syman Gaming, straight into the fire. And Undo will take down Perfecto. And Ruben with... Robin with a nice off-angle meeting the push there. So that will be that dealt with, and the round will be claimed. It's a very fast one. I mean, it's basically just done in about 5 seconds, just to play it long. That was really a deciding factor.
Yeah, if you choose to commit to that, then it can be a problem as the CTs. If you don't have the strong grenades and the timing, then you can just lose the round there. So sometimes you'll see the CTs fall back. They might invest one player or something. Or maybe the key is just to get into the ramp position and then use the flashes to kind of isolate, which was part of that, but just wasn't as strong. But again, they didn't have all the utility that you'd have on a full buy, for example. So that may have played a part in it. Yeah, I guess the alternative use of that smoke is if you can, like if there's a T who's gone down to long with an AWP or something, and you can use it on the site. But there we go. Didn't quite work out for Syman Gaming. So now there's a chance for Team Unique to take the lead. Nice, sort of dropped through the smoke. Nice stuff. So at least for Syman Gaming's next full buy will be a full buy at this point.
I have a question, James. So you know how you can smoke from long as a T to, let's say, it's the smoke that lands on the catwalk, which is, it blocks off CT spawn. You know which smoke I'm talking about?
The one from long to spawn, so they can cross the site.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
Right. So shouldn't it be the case that CDs can throw that smoke and basically block the doors of Longhouse?
Oh, in reverse.
Because I don't know.
Not necessarily, because well, from where?
From the same spot, basically, like from that slope from CD spawn.
No, because
or does it bounce off or something?
From long doors, you're in a more elevated position. So you're in a deeper spot from CT, so you have to throw it further up, so you don't have as much forward trajectory. So I don't think it works like that. If it was the same level as the other side, then maybe you could do it, depending on how much space you had, which you'd have space probably.
Right, right.
So, I mean, maybe from the short boost position, but I've tried to, because I used to have smokes like that on old Dust2, and I tried to recreate them, but I did not have the best time in doing that. So maybe from a short position, but I don't know.
I do feel like people would have figured that out if it was possible, because I remember at the beginning of this map coming out, everyone was freaking out about how it was just impossible to hold long as a CT. It was just like so broken. If you didn't know how to hold long as CT, you just lose the game.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things were deliberately changed or limited for the sake of making the map fresh. For example, around the corner from T-spawn, there's an awning sticking out which stops you throwing smokes towards car, basically, which like Shox would throw when there was an execute up short to take the angle away from a sniper. So there's an awning to specifically stop you from doing that. So I guess they probably put some invisible walls in places to make things different. Just like they took the curve away from the corner of short, which is why they had to put that window in there, because it was too much of a change. It's like just kind of just handicapping people for the sake of change. So that's why the window popped out for the jump throw plays towards short.
Yeah, it's just one of those interesting ones because it feels like a lot of teams really struggle with long. Some teams don't, and some teams do, and it's obviously for the reason
T's
that
or CTs?
On the CT side.
Okay.
Because at the T side, it's pretty straightforward. I think just chain flashing it and just rushing it is not rocket science. But I think on the CT side of things, it seems like teams struggle holding rushes on the CT side, but some teams are very good at it.
All right, so we've got a PC being rebooted, and while that is being dealt with, we're going to have a look at a Passionage interview from Team Unique.
Я считаю, то, что у всех в СНГ должна быть одна цель – это заходить в топ-30 ЛТВ как минимум, и у нас такая же цель. Все стараются, эта цель также наша, также она должна быть у всех. Я мечтаю, чтобы мой энтузиазм был до конца высок, как он всегда есть. Играть столько, сколько я смогу, потому что пока он высок, мне интересно играть и заниматься этим. Прошло то время, когда в СНГ люди жили от минора до минора. Сейчас получше уже в этом плане все стало двигаться, то, что все начали метить все-таки на топ ЛТВ. Это очень важно. Поэтому это всего лишь турнир. Мы сюда приехали играть. Понятно, что у организации может быть какая-то высокая цель на этот турнир, но для игроков это в большей степени давно уже стало обычной рутиной. Да, хочется стикеры получить, хочется еще чего-то получить, но не более. Уже это как-то никто не воспринимает, поэтому это небольшая разница. Люди не умеют строить конкретные коллективы. Появляется куча проблем, которые выливаются в игру, а потом они выливаются в отношения, и все. То есть люди не понимают, как разделять это все. То есть по факту в СНГ коллективы существуют так. То есть собирается 5 человек, и повезло, что они друзья. Если они не друзья, то начинаются трещины через неделю сразу же. Все друг друга знают, как кто играет, поэтому не будет никакой недооценки, ни переоценки. Все играют больше от своей игры. Не будет никто бегать с дробовиками, 30 раундов. Поэтому уже ушло то время, что можно просто сесть и проиграть или выиграть. Все будут просто стараться, и все, а там как пойдет.
And we back. A PC has been replaced and we are ready to resume the proceedings. 4-4 is the score. Syman Gaming started strong, but that soon disappeared and Team Unique have tied the score. And I do believe that Syman Gaming are in eco territory, so this should be a good look for Team Unique. Last eco round, 5 USPs. I think most or all of Syman Gaming ran up the mid position. And they did a lot of damage. I think they took out 3 players. This time they've got a Desert Eagles, a P250, a few HEs here and there. Maybe they go towards top mid, maybe not. Actually, no one's crossed, and yet no one's watching for Team Unique, so they're all going towards long. Now Neelan's crossed. We've got a HE towards the long doors. Robin's still alive. I feel like, especially when the opponent's on eco, and in the previous round, they rushed up mid, you might want to watch those doors a little longer. Either way, they will take the long position, but look at Neelan, he's creeping, but Robin's got an angle on him, and that is only one person left. So I think that there are a few gaps in these anti-eco rounds from Team Unique which may cost them in future.
Well, they lost 1 player in the end, so it's not the worst. Full buy comes in for Syman Gaming as they have plenty of money, and they should be able to slow things down here for, well, hopefully for their sake. They'll have more utility. They've got the second AWP coming in as well, Sekios and Ramzik. So presumably they'll spread those between B and A. We'll see. Fnatic Rocker, is he going to just go for a timing shot? Nope. Missed the timing. Covering his teammates though, and they'll go down mid quickly. Undo trying to make the pressure felt on the A-long position where there are 4 players. And oh my god, talk about exploitation. Oh man, you start long with long and 4 players and they go for a mid-rush for a B split. This is unreal. Kios is so dead. He's so dead, James.
They still not through a choke point just yet. Now they finally are. Round of smoke. I feel like he was alive for way too long there, but the job has been done. We've got 2 CTs in T spawn rather. And again, it's another 2 versus 5 situation. Team Unique's frags are being unanswered by Syman Gaming at the moment. Unique are completely off the radar on their first best of 1 in this tournament, but they are doing a much better job of things at the moment. Brute force. So if they can stay 1 step ahead of Syman Gaming's CT side, playing a reactive game, then this could be more difficult than we first anticipated for Syman Gaming.
That was pretty mad. What a time to take a gamble. That it's really unfortunate because it also feels a little bit unnecessary when you're in a situation where you get a 4-buy with double orbs, your first double orbs, you go for a gamble stack setup. Usually setups like that are when you're a little bit, maybe you don't have any orbs, maybe you're lacking utility a little bit, your buy is not perfect, you feel like you need to get ahead early by taking a gamble. But there are a bunch of rounds where that effect happens, and that's a real big problem. And Team Unique have been playing pretty quickly as well, so Syman Gaming caught off so badly there. Feels really bad, that's for sure. And they'll start off with 4 towards the A-bomb site once again, 3 going towards long. And it's like we'll get the entrance coming in here quite easily from Team Unique. And
through the choke point, his teammates come. Sticking to the back wall as well will certainly help avoid the numbers game. No one's close enough to the trade. It's starting to get drilled now. Neelan through the corner of the smoke. Got to be careful with his timing. Could have got another one, but didn't quite. And that leaves Perfecto. Position unknown, rotating towards CT spawn. We're maybe having a look for a rotation, and seems he doesn't want any part of this. Going back towards the B-bomb site. Team Unique holding steadfast in that A position. They've got plenty of time. No need to speed things up. No need to do anything crazy. They've still got all 3 smokes on the 3 players. Fenvicious just deployed one, and he's picked up another one. Looking for a response. Well, he's towards short, I suppose. So showing some presence, but still holding. Just looking for a desperate play, and Perfecto is just not moving. In the meantime, they're going to hold the angles and dispose of any weapons. They won't know that Perfecto has an AUG just yet, so they'll take the AWP away. That would be good value. Perfecto, just in case they're outplaying themselves, he'll hold the B-bomb site. But these players are quite low, actually. So if he went for like an opportune attempt at something and got a frag, then maybe he could get something. There is a play towards the car, so definitely worth a shot, even if you see something. Just rattling the windows, you'll often find a headshot.
yeah, also they are buying next round anyway, so you want to try to get the economic damage in to be able to steal away more momentum towards the end rounds of this half, but Perfecto looking like he'll get out of dodge at this point. And this round was a good example of, okay, you're going to stack long with 4 players at the beginning of the round. Cool, if they do go for a long rush, that is, you get spots where you can get fights, you can trade out with the numbers. That's fantastic. Again, though, it's not necessary on a buy versus buy unless you want to play a super gambly style. But if you do that, you're going to very often have these problems that we saw when they kind of threw away their double orbs. And it's going to be interesting to see how they try to recover from that position. There's so much I want to say about that round, but I don't want to get too stuck in the weeds. So, although there is a tactical pause coming in here from Team Unique.
You're tempted, aren't you? Just do it.
I don't know, man. There's just so many.
Just commit, Dan. Come on. You're
just so many things to say.
Doubting and you can't hesitate. You've got to just go in there.
Right. Well, the thing is, there are so many adjustments.
It's too late now, Dan. The pause is gone. Gone.
I don't know. We've killed so much time now.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you're making it worse.
Anyway, 3 AWPs are on deck. We've got 2 on Syman Gaming, and they look more or less fully equipped. Ramzik is just shy, but we are really nitpicking at that point. He has 2 flashbangs, and that is the most important thing for a sniper towards the A-bomb site. Support grenades for his brethren. The initial grenades towards long are out. Relatively standard take in terms of the level of personnel used. I like the late Molotov. They held onto it with the angle held by the AWP. And that will throw Team Unique off, who may be going for a later execute. Still 4 people huddled towards that A-bomb site. But now there's only 2 players deep towards long. There's no one to really flash for each other. So we'll see how that one continues. Ramzik's kind of doing 2 jobs, wondering about the short position. Better running through dry, through the smoke. One's taken out. There goes another one. Torre will be a distraction, but not long enough. 3v3. That might favor Team Unique because they have the entire A-bomb site. Nealon taken down in that mid position, so there's no rotation towards short. How do Syman Gaming get back into this? Once again, it's just 2 players remaining. Shock and awe from Team Unique. But Syman Gaming are creeping towards that short position. He's gone too far, Passionoj. He might allow Syman Gaming back into this one. He's being looked for by Perfecto. He's left Kios to push A on his own, so this one's getting super weird.
Yeah, it is really weird. There's many weird things to talk about here. Kios going for the flick shot. He's going to whiff that one entirely. Robin, though, has some utility. Just going to try to buy some time with himself. The elevated position will betray Kios as Robin makes quick work of him. And Perfecto is once again stuck in a horrible situation, 1 versus 3. And I don't know this is going to go all that well for him as he is going to be faced up against this pushing AWP of Robin. There it is. And like, one of the things that's interesting to me there in that round is that I think Team Unique, what they did was actually really smart. There's a smoke on the doors. They waited a bit. And as you say, James, they're going for that delayed long take. It's really weird that Ramzik is here right now because there's no one watching Catwalk. And the player moving towards mid, Catwalk's open for ages. So there could be guys like walking Catwalk and they would not know. I
have another question, actually. When there were the 2 Syman Gaming players rotating towards the short position, Perfecto started going in the tunnel as if he had an idea that there was a lurker there. But I feel like if the guy who's supposed to be managing short has gone towards lower tunnel to look for a saving player, they kind of gave their position away by throwing a flashbang towards the A-bomb site. So maybe there was an argument to go for a dry peek there. Often there's more than one right decision, though, so we don't often talk in absolutes. Team Unique move towards the B-bomb site. They may have some weapon protecting to do as Passionoj was taken out towards short earlier on. A bomb is spotted crossing, and Ramzik, I'm sure, was seen in CT spawn. Not too much for Syman Gaming to lose in this round, since they will be on a full buy, I do believe, in the next round. Absolutely, 6K more or less for most of the players, so another opportunity to have a better showing. Lots of momentum for Team Unique. They are all over this at the moment.
Yeah, one thing that I've noticed so far from Syman Gaming that they struggle with is that they often seem to commit too hard into certain spots. So they give up position too quickly. Because it's okay to die if you get some kills, but you also buy enough time at the same moment. And you have utility to do that with. You can delay your peaks. You can play the crossfires differently. But on the long setups, we just see them just committing 100% very, very quickly. And that allows Team Unique to just absolutely ravaged them on the rotations. And here comes a push-up catwalk, a really fast one. No single flashbang there. And we'll have to see if that's going to end up favoring Syman Gaming here. Ramsey will be forced back eventually, so the site's been given up. That's somewhat okay here for Syman Gaming because they will maintain 5 players and they have long with 3 players, so. But no catwalk control anytime. Actually, in fact, it doesn't look like they'll get catwalk control, so this actually could work out for Team Unique.
Yeah, Passionage was the man holding that down, but he went proactively towards CT spawn as we'll continue to trade. Neela trying to get close to the site, but there's cover from Fen Vicious. Undo makes it even worse, and Kills is trapped around some smoke, well, some fire rather, not some smoke. And now his head will be smoked, and Team Unique are storming this first half. Again, we saw nothing from them yesterday. They only played a best of 1, so in some ways we were kind of clueless as to what to expect from them. They didn't get to have much of a T side on that previous Dust2 because they lost all the rounds on the CT side. And it was, by the time the halves changed, there was not much for their opponent to do, the Gambit youngsters.
One thing there as well for Syman Gaming, they had a couple really good options for the retake. You rotate one of the 3 players out from long to help with the catwalk take, or you just let the other 2 players take catwalk and then do the split on the retake. But they did neither thing, and they took the worst option, unfortunately. But here comes an easy round, potentially. They're going to be running through smoke, Team Unique, although they will get the trades eventually. They seem like they always get those frags that they need, even if they lose a few players, because they've broken the position now. They will get a plant out of this, so they'll have a 2v3 post-plant situation to work with. So that is very winnable, but we'll have to see if Syman Gaming can step up here. This should be a 5th round for them.
There are no grenades. There's no help to get through these choke points for Syman Gaming. Raw jewels with a FAMAS, an AK, and an M4. It's doable. Fen Vicious has only got 4 HP, so Fnatic Rocker's got a lot to do. He's going to flash for his teammate to have a look. Out he comes. They're lining up for him. That's absolutely beautiful. And now he has the information. Again, doesn't have the health, but he's got the information, and he's picked up a Molotov. Throws it in exactly the right spot. Going to force Ramzik away, but Fen Vicious can't peek behind that Molotov, so if he holds it, he's not going to hold it. Fen Vicious, he's scared in case it spreads. He's going to have to peek eventually, but he's waited enough time, I think. Or it's going to be a close one. He might actually have it. I'm really not sure. Oh, there we go. Just in time. Syman Gaming get a much-needed 5th round on the board. We'll see if those are enough rounds for them when the halves change after this break.
Welcome back, welcome back. Syman Gaming, they had a good start and then they kind of blew it. Unfortunately, it didn't end up really with the amount of rounds that they could have had. And that's, to credit of Team Unique as well. I think Team Unique were just outshooting them to a certain extent, but it seemed like the CT side was a struggle for Syman Gaming. But the T side is a very different story on Dust2. So this absolutely, we could see the mirror on this second half.
Yeah, we very much could, especially if you look at the evidence from Team Unique's previous game. They were very over-aggressive with poor timing, it seemed, on their previous CT side. Just playing default CS, basically, and just waiting for an aggressive play, paid off time and time and time again for Gambit youngsters. So Team Unique will have hopefully learned something from that, because if they haven't, then they may gift quite a few rounds to Syman Gaming if they paid attention to that best of one, which I'm sure they did, because it's the only evidence really in this tournament so far for Team Unique. But it's a pistol for now, and Kios will try to get a passion. He's got a lot to do here. So many targets. Won't quite work out for him. Syman Gaming spotted with the bomb on long, but doesn't mean they're committed. Torik's got some sound cues. He'll hear the rotation in the tunnel. Nice play from him. But what is the reaction from Syman Gaming?
Yeah, they're just holding position at the moment towards long, seeing what the CTs will do. And Torik has all the info. I think he heard the running. And will he go for a peek? Eventually, he needs to peek. There's very little reason for them to actually check his position, given that they saw so many players towards A long. And this is going to be interesting, because we still see everybody holding A long. Ramzik with a favorable angle here. The shadow advantage as well. It's the first shot, the second one, and the third. Nope, not the third, but he's done enough. It has full information now as to exactly what's going on. And you can see that Syman Gaming, oh, well, taking the bomb to B, being extra safe here. And he will eventually make his way on towards the A bomb site where Perfecto is waiting. Oh, we actually saw his shoulder there, and Perfecto's not giving him the fight. Fair enough. Make it as hard as possible.
P250 will give him extra armor penetration, but worse accuracy for the headshots. But maybe it'll pay off if you can hold on to it for the next rounds. At this point, he's basically got $1,000 in. Well, actually, he's got more than that. He's got a kit and a flashbang, so I feel like he might want to just hold. He's got so much stuff he's carrying, he might as well just hold on to it at this point for the next round. Oh, some bonus money as well. Too late to win the round. He's thrown a P250 away, which, yeah, you want to keep that.
Whoa!
There's definitely helmets coming, so hold on to that.
So let's relax for a second here.
So, yeah, he got a lot of value out of that. He saved himself a hell of a lot of money. He's got those discount vouchers, man. He's been collecting the vouchers, the gracias points. Love a P250 in a pistol round. Shadow advantage is so strong in that position. And away we go. Syman Gaming back in.
Are out in force. And the MAC-10 is there on Torik, so we'll have to keep an eye on exactly what Torik will be doing, because with the MAC-10, his job is to break positions, to be the first man in, and we got to set up towards Catwalk here, which will be at least one of the players will be discovered by Neelan, but looks like Torik will find one as well. So this one might be over pretty soon here, as just the Eagle here on Catwalk that's really offering any firepower, and see Fnatic Rocker looking for that one kill, just a little bit of economic damage with the taser. We don't see taser kills too often. In that sense, I wonder if if Valve have really kind of nailed it as far as the balance is concerned with the taser, because it could be kind of ridiculous because it's so cheap, yet you can instantly kill someone with it, So I feel like they kind of nailed that one. It's kind of hard sometimes to balance something so it's not super overpowered or just completely useless. But here we go. We get the full buy in from Team Unique. We get an MP9 out of Personage. I wonder if he'll be playing into B-Tons for some aggression.
Well, beats an over in my opinion.
Oh, he's going A-long.
Can't get around the corner. So left easy with the pop flash play. No, they're going to keep going, trying to cheekily get towards that ramp position. Now, maybe that was an overextension. We did speak about that from Team Unique, but Fnatic Rockers holding Xingzan with a 3K round of smoke. That is quite one way to deal with the matter. And Perfecto's forced to gamble, goes through with the distraction from the short push with the bomb. And he manages to win that duel. If he loses that duel, maybe the round's over. But now it's a 2 versus 2. Fenvicious moving towards the A bomb site. And Perfecto does not have the HP to go for a duel, considering his options and choosing to go back. Fenvicious finishes off the job. That was a big duel around that long position. Fnatic Rocker with 3 1v1s, holding it down around those smokes. That is a huge round for the CTs.
Yeah. I thought there was a good chance there. Kills was on the site and just standing on top of the box with like 5 HP, so very brave move from him. Got absolutely wiped out. And indeed, great M4 work from Fnatic Rocker, really making the difference. If just one of those players would have survived, then it would very likely have been a Syman Gaming round, but instead, still competitive here, but both teams don't have any money at this point. Nice pick coming from Ramstick early on at A-Long. And a 2-2 setup here for Team Unique. Syman Gaming. They'll get that double smoke coming in for the B splits. And I like this. Try to get your teammate to take over the upper tunnels. Trades will come out though, it's very difficult. And the bomb should be planted with no problem now. Neatland knows exactly what's going on. And Syman Gaming will definitely be on top of this round. Passionage trying to keep himself alive. That smoke. And they'll definitely know that he's behind it, given that they know that they didn't throw that smoke. Oh, here's the creep. Oh, there we go. I think they'll finish him off.
A little KZ.
Another round for Syman Gaming. And that they just lost a round as well, so the money's going to be really screwed for the CT side. Team Unique, they're going to be struggling. So this is what we're talking about. You know, we mentioned the mirror, right? And it feels like it's looking really, really one-sided now for Syman Gaming.
Yeah, from what we saw from Team Unique's previous Dust2, their CT side was high variance. They were big fans of aggression. We've seen that towards long as well, the way their battles have gone. And some of them have gone in their favor as well, like the 3K from Fnatic Rocket, which I think are unlikely, when they kind of tried to get around the corner, were flashed away from it, but then tried to force the issue towards the ramp position, got taken out, but then Fnatic Rocket cleaned up. So I don't know that you can expect that to happen every round. So we'll see how that one continues. We've got attack pause at the moment. Advantages to capitalize on, and some pressure for Team Unique. Even though they've got a 3-round lead, that doesn't look likely to last very long. Passionage not having a good game so far, 7-15. Teammates have been doing a lot of work. Fenvicious up there, 20 for 11 at the moment, leading. Oh no, he's not. Ramzik actually, 21 for 13. Leads the server. That one was pretty close, but not quite. Neelan has a look towards the long position. A little jiggle from Passionage, goes wide, forces him into the angle. Neelan continues to creep. Wanted to smoke. Oh, that's a huge frag. Wanted to smoke the corner, so there wasn't a potential double peek. I think he chose to come out and stick by the back wall to make that harder to do. And he took a deagle in the face. How patient will Torek be? Shoots immediately, but he will still get both of them. And that's an open B bomb site.
Yeah, and that's a wrap for this round. Always very nice, although Passionage will be able to steal away a Krieg, which is not ideal. Doesn't matter too much. And I think that smoke on the doors was already there. They just smoked that, I think.
Yeah, that was a bit of a nervous throw, I think. They could have held on to that for at least 5 seconds.
It's always interesting when you see stuff like that, because it is kind of telling. Like I think yesterday I saw a couple times an area, like a spot being double smoked at the same time by a team, which you know does show you sort of communication issues or something similar to that effect. Either way, gentleman's agreement between Syman Gaming and Team Unique. Syman Gaming will be only 2 away now from Team Unique's score, and we have yet to see almost anything from the CT side of Team Unique. Of course, they've picked up 1 round with the buys, but besides that, it's been very quiet on their end of things. It seems much like Syman Gaming and on their CT side and the first half that it's just very easy to take position against the CTs. And it seems that that rule rings true for both teams. The corner smoke there for long. Some chain flashes coming out, or a couple flashes at least. And Team Unique are forced to give up the long position, which means they'll take Catwalk instead. But Kios is there, and he picks up a kill on Catwalk, so that's pretty big.
They don't know how many players, I don't think, are in a short position, so Team Unique are in a really awkward spot. Love to see the CT's perspective as they try to deal with the short position. I think Robin is on short, and Fnatic Rocker's playing from the site, so a very nervous situation. Fnatic Rocker could flash his teammate around the corner. He's kind of holding it without knowing what lies beyond. So this is a very nervous situation for Team Unique. Okay, we can see the angle he's holding. Fnatic Rocker next to the smokes. Is there a flash for him? Robin has just delivered one, but he's got a fallback as well, which leaves Fnatic Rocker in isolation, trying to creep through the smoke. But of course, as T's, you never have everybody crossing the smoke to stop those kind of plays. So maybe a coordinated approach, retake attempt would have been an idea. However, now I think 4 versus 5, maybe they go for it. But at this point, I don't know what they can really do. They don't really have any position. And Fenvicious might not even be able to save based on where he is at the moment. So another difficult round for Team Unique. Syman Gaming about to hit double figures. Torek spotted some players in the doors, and more will join for harassment and potential elimination. If they can hold on to these 3 weapons, then that would be fantastic. And indeed, it seems challenge will be limited for the time being.
It's one of those. It's a weird game because for me, I'm not even concerned about. Oh, you know, it's cool. You know, they'll get 3 guns. I'll give them like an extra buy. You know, like usually we're thinking about a team's economy, but they're unable to hold on to positions, and that's a huge problem. That's more of a problem than anything else because they haven't shown us that they can do anything with the guns just yet. So they kind of first have to prove that, and you can see the the struggle on the faces of the Team Unique players. Life is suboptimal for them right now. We get a fast pick attempt coming into Longhouse from Ramzik. No peek. Hold himself in the flames for just a moment. And Fashion Lodger will go close to the MP9. And Team Unique did what their opponents did, and they actually put 4 towards the A side of the map here. Early rounds.
Well, that's a nice start. Fenvicious with a 2K. Forcing the T's forward with a deep Molotov, and somehow, I don't know what happened with the second kill, because he was only shooting 1 player, so I'm not sure what went on there, but either way, it's a 3 versus 5. There's a huge trade, and Team Unique hold all parts of the map at the moment. But they're getting aggressive now. Fenvicious pushing his 4 versus 2, goes through the doors, goes down for free. Again, Unique often over-aggressive on their CT side from what we saw in them in the last game, and maybe they've given Syman Gaming a chance here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Dust2. If all the action happens very quickly, you have so much time to just reset the situation against the CTs. And the rotations are so long for the CTs, even if they have much more in numbers, you can find ways to work. You can find spots to move in. Oh, and there's another spot here for Perfecto. He'll nail Passionage, and now it's a 2v2 from a 2 versus 4 to a 2 versus 2. And 30 seconds to go. A's completely clear, but that's a huge issue. That's a huge problem now. Can Ramzik make it across? Okay, well, Fnatic Rocket will turn his attention towards this bomb site. He's got to hit this shot, and the flashbang comes in just in the nick of time. And there is a chance for Ramzik here. Oh,
he's going for the BM plant as well. Can he get into position? Where did he choose to go? He knows he's up against an AWP, so if they take the site, then it may not be an ideal situation for him. He's gone mostly down long. And it seems he will go even further, but will he be able to get the one-taps? Well, he's found himself in AWP. This is a very strong position for him now, and this would be a complete disaster for Team Unique. He's going to throw the flashbang. It's so far away, they won't be blind for too long. Oh, God! He's taken it in the face. I feel like, again, Team Unique just too aggressive. They have the advantages, but they're so curious for information.
The funny thing is, all the ult play from the pit with the flashbang, I think the flashbang, they don't know where he is yet. And the flashbang kind of gives his position away. Unfortunately, and I feel like you don't throw the flashbang there, then you take the first peek, and in that first peek, you should have the element of surprise. But that was a great shot as well, though.
He took too long to take a shot. He was exposed for too long. You've got to do something faster than that. Maybe, I don't know.
But yeah, good recovery there.
Yeah, that was a messy round. Team Unique did just too aggressive on their CT side. Just release the W key. You have the choke points. You don't need to walk through them when you have double the men of your opponent.
Double the mans. We'll have to see if they can get some momentum here, string some rounds together. This is an interesting spot for Passionage. Oh my God, how many? It's only the 2. And it's 2 for Perfecto as well. So a 3 versus 3 with well over a minute left. Make that a 3 versus 2. Syman Gaming, again, they just managed to find these entries reliably each and every time. Okay, got to be careful there, Mr. Torek. As Fenvicious is going to lay into him from below, but this is not a good spot here for the CTs. They're going to have to figure out maybe another approach.
I wonder if... I need to see a replay of that long thing based on position, but anyway. Unique are going for it. They've got a molly. They've got 2 flashes. They've got a smoke. Molly hasn't quite hit the mark there. Maybe meant for the site. Perhaps a nervous throw based on being shot at a little earlier on. And with that, they'll give it up and hold on to what they have. Another round in the bag for Syman Gaming. CT sides are a nightmare on Dust2 for these two. So you have to say that Syman Gaming are in a very strong position. Will they keep 2 AWPs though? Will they switch one out for an AK-47? Yeah, there we go. So another Krieg is collected. It'll just be the 1 AWP for the T side.
At this rate, though, Team Unique are going to lose this map. If you think that, that's so brutal.
I wondered if his teammate would start to peek just after he was shooting, but you could see his teammate was just staying behind the wall and didn't really peek until he died, from what I could see. So I feel like if they could have combined a bit more, his teammates running distraction, spraying all those players down. I mean, I guess the guy who killed him was behind blue, but still. That's one thing I think that is an issue for Team Unique is like 2-man setups where you can just do something quickly on the fly if you've got enough experience and you're playing at a high enough level, but we don't necessarily see that in places where you might take it for granted with a team higher up in the rankings. Fen Vicious walking up mid, and again, Team Unique just pressing W.
I mean, that's the thing about Dust2. In Dust2, you feel really antsy because it feels like you're just at the mercy of your opponents. It doesn't feel like you can do very much. And that doesn't mean that you should try to force the issue. You just have to find other ways to play the map.
Yeah, if I'm Syman Gaming, I look at the previous match against Gambit Youngsters. I play it slow, wait for some aggression, get a pick, and then take a decision. Maybe expect a 2-0-2 setup. In fact, okay. Undu's moved to the car on B. I thought he was maybe going to go through the tunnels. So Syman Gaming have got a good position. They've got all of mid. Torix rotating towards the A-bomb site. We'll see where he chooses to go. Kiels has gone to cut off the rotation. So it looks like it'll be a 4-man approach towards a long position, expecting the CTs to have a hold on short. And indeed they do. So we got a better response than we did last time where the 2 players were separated. One was on the site and one was trying to hold short from around the corner with no information. So they can try and retake A from the upper area. But look at the radar. Kios isn't really peeking the short position. He's going to get taken out by an MP9. He was just, from what I could see, standing in the corner rather than looking at people hopping up to the Xbox area. And now long and short are open for business.
Well, as far as long is concerned, Ramzik is holding an AWP, so no one's going to be passing that. The bulk of the push is going to come from Catwalk, so they're really... I don't think there'll be time here at this rate, though, and indeed they're going to fall back. They have time for this. And finally, Syman Gaming will be tying the score. And I feel like they have been on a better string of rounds. Team Unique, they have not been able to pick, I mean, they've only picked up 2 in this half so far. And every time they pick up a round, they just get reset afterwards. But they usually end up saving a lot of weapons, so there is that. Team Syman Gaming seem like even more competent on this T side. And we're talking about the mirror, and it seems like we're staring into one as far as the second half is concerned.
12-12, advantage T side must be said. Ramzik and Fnatic Rocker with the AWPs. Fnatic Rocker missed a few shots in the first half. We'll see how he's doing if his team can have a little more success. Obviously, he got a great 3K with the M4 earlier on. And Unique will smoke off the long position. In the previous Dust2, you could boost the CT on blue and look over the smoke. I don't think it works exactly the same way on this one. So, as Unique did in some of their 2 rounds, Syman Gaming will have a look towards that mid position, maybe looking for a peek, and they're actually going to get it. They're going to get that pick. Unique didn't have much success with that on their T side, but Syman Gaming certainly have. So the mid player's been taken out. Now you'd expect 2 players A, 2 players B. So what do they choose to do? Long, apparently, according to Alex, is a good pick in this kind of situation when it's 2-2. And so far, so good. Robin gets taken out. They've seen the bomb, though, Team Unique.
Yeah, but as per usual, Syman Gaming has so much time to work with. Fnatic Rocker needs a big performance here. But the trade, oh my god, I thought almost for a second he'd get a chance to reload. But it's another save. It's another save round. Syman Gaming will have the bomb sites, and Team Unique, they just can't string any rounds together. They can't seem to find any consistency in dealing with Syman Gaming. And part of the problem is, I think much like Syman Gaming, is the T's are kind of allowed to just walk into pretty much any position they want and trade effectively there. And there's no delay. There's never a delay from the they're coming in from the CTs where they use some utility to make it harder, or they go for like these pop flash plays, or they just drop some defensive smokes to really delay a push.
I don't know if the decision tree for Unique is on their CT side is as deep as it was for Syman Gaming. If you look at if you compare those two rounds, like where Unique were on the T side, they made a play, they had a looked for a response through mid doors, and there was no response from Syman Gaming. They were comfortable in their positions towards B and A. However, you saw the response, more aggression, a peek from Unique, and that opened everything up. They picked the player in mid, Syman Gaming, then went towards the long area, and the rest is history. And now I believe they're in the lead, unless I was not paying attention to the scoreboard.
In the lead,
I think it was 12-12.
Yes, you should be correct. Indeed, you are.
Oh my God, I'm right for once.
And it feels like, you know, this is looking fairly straightforward. But this now that I say that, it would be the curse. Would be the time that indeed Fernando Roca just walks up mid and gets a headshot with an AWP. So there is that, taking matters into their own hands. But long is completely open. Catwalker's a two-man push on it. Fernando Roca will go back in towards middle, and Syman Gaming have long. Do they understand how to read this situation? Because they can apply some pressure here.
They've got long in a 4 versus 5. What do you do with that? Unique getting curious again, walking into the position, but no one's peeking just yet. Ramzik with the AWP is kind of standing at long doors. So Syman Gaming are looking for a retake of the long position at the moment based on the radar. You can see the angles being held. That doesn't seem to be coming from Team Unique, and you can't blame them for doing this again. Team Unique would love to eventually get that info. Always curious on Dust2, it seems. But how long can you hold for if that doesn't come? Is there a flash? There is. Not going to be baited for that Rocker, but pretty slow on the trigger for that one. That's a very unlikely opening into the A site.
Some delay utility coming in from the CTs. This should help actually an enormous amount. Look at this angle here from Passion Knowledge. This is pretty damn good. Oh, the trade comes out. Ramzik really in the perfect spot at the perfect timing. And now it's down to the remainder of Team Unique to try to hold onto this bomb site. Robin doing what he can from Gandalf. He'll pick off the catwalk presence, but there's still the long presence, and the bomb will be planted. So Perfecto knows that Robin is there. He's looking for a jump peek. Looking for some kind of peek. Oh, Perfecto's in so much trouble here. He needs desperate help from the long position. Ramzik, though, he has troubles of his own. He's got to hit that shot, and he can't do it. So another round from Team Unique, and indeed, when they need it the most, they get themselves another round. Their money is ruined as well. So it's very important they won this one.
Yeah, they scraped that one, and there's plenty of pressure to come. Touch my hand. So there's lots of money on the T side to keep up the pressure. If they survive the 2, Unique would be in a hair level of trouble. That is quite the wild peak. I don't know where the flashbang went. It barely flashed the player holding the angle. But seems that Unique is starting slow in some respects. But they're still in this game of Dust 2. We've got a tactical pause from Syman Gaming. It's a weird situation to be in, 4v5, but you've got long. Didn't quite work out for them, but perhaps it can on this occasion.
Indeed. It's hard to predict this one. I mean, obviously, it seems as though Syman Gaming have had their number for some time, but this is everything here. Team Unique actually have a little bit of cash in the reserve. Same could be said for Syman Gaming, so flashbang out to the mid doors.
Ooh, we're going to see a B split maybe?
Gonna go up Catwalk here and threaten Catwalk. Maybe they'll do a cat drop. And then go for the B split.
Yeah, the bomb's top mid. There we go. Perfecto trying to make his way down. I'm not sure if he's actually done it just yet. There we go. Kyor's taken out in the meantime. No smokes on the corner. Neelan just jiggling, and this is going from bad to worse for Syman Gaming. If they can't plant the bomb in this one, then maybe that's enough for Team Unique to have momentum to take this game. We'll have to see. Torek just jiggling by the window, but Ramzik is isolated behind the smoke. He's going to gamble through, trying to cause anarchy, and it's going to work out. They've got a 2 versus 1 somehow, and Perfecto's in CT spawn. How does Rocker take this duel? Somehow he will, surviving with 13 HP. Perfecto will know he's done some damage. Torek just hiding in the door. Surely there are footsteps for him. This is going to be a really weird situation. Torek with a 3K so far. Fnac Rocker quietly moving up. There we go. The barrel concedes a position. Very, very tight round. I don't know how they turned that around on the B bomb site, but they did, and they're in the lead once again.
Ooh, that was a close one. That's a very close one. But indeed, as you say, they're in the lead. Again, Torek with an immense round. Like this is so key. Wow, okay. When I was looking at that, I was thinking to myself, I don't think this is possible for Syman Gaming here. They are going to struggle to get into a bomb site. Did not account for Torek getting a 3K. So Ramsik looking for a timing pick here towards the tunnels, perhaps. As the fast timing will be for Syman Gaming towards the catwalk. They're going to use it. Ooh, Fnatic Rocket there on the ledge, doing some good work.
Oh, give me some Super Mario. Seems Syman will be deterred. They've only got Molotovs now. They've got 4 Molotovs and nothing else. That's going to be a really weird execute. I can't wait to see it. What will they choose to do? No flashes for any position. We did see a jump peak on the rail of the ramp on long A earlier on. They're another 4 versus 5 with less position on this occasion. So how do you get info when there's only 4 of you and you've got no flashbangs or anything like that? It's a very, very unusual spot. So this is going to be a curious one. There goes another flash Molotov. So let's see what they can do.
Yeah, they fought their way out of situations like this previously, but as you say, the lack of utility certainly makes it a bit more difficult. However, they are picking the right side of the map. There's only one player in the B bomb side, and it's they'll be up against an MP9 firstly, and then the M4 we see here on our screens. So this is very doable. It's a pretty scary spot that the MP9's in, but if the grenades are... Oh yeah, they don't have any grenades. So they got to contact this. Will they check this position? Oh, Neelan turns around. He manages to find the headshot. Vicious, it's all on you now, my friends. See if he can make it work. No, he goes down straight away. And I wonder if they'll hear the tons. Well, absolutely, they'll see it now. Ramzik! Oh, he can't land a no-scope. 2 versus 2 here. Time pressure to plant this bomb. It will go down in time. Up to Fnatic Rocker. Fnat Rocker, not Fnatic Rocker. Fnat Rocker. To make this one work. And I think, is his leg going to show? Well, okay, there it is. 15-13, Syman 1 round away, and they just seem to have a little bit more power on this T side.
It's really back and forth. What does this mean for the money? What will their opponent have to fight with? Team Unique, you can see right now in the money column, there isn't a lot going on, so they're in a really bad spot. It's going to be really difficult for them to turn this one around for sure. The French guns are out. The MP9 is out as well. No more AWP for Fnatic Rocker. They've got to get 2 from 2 this CT side. They do, however, have utility, which can mean position for the time being. Nothing early will be allowed. 3 players moving towards that B bomb site for Team Unique. So they need to avoid getting picked. We'll see if if Syman Gaming go for this play. There's the molly behind the door. Nothing doing just yet. Syman Gaming just trying to figure out what the team of Unique might be up to.
Slowing it down a lot. Weighing at the smokes, perhaps. And, oh wow, okay, so Syman Gaming, they're just going to contact it into B, it seems. Or will it be a contact? They have a lot of nades, but it's very difficult because once you start throwing them, then Team Unique will throw anything that they have. It gets very awkward. So actually leading with the bomb, and Undus has a grenade in his hand. He's been spotted as well. This is the worst possible thing that could have happened. And they will get absolutely annihilated. And this is looking like it could be over. It's a 3 versus 2, and the health is not great on Kios, but they have all the position in the world.
Do they know where he is? If they do, surely it's a double peek at minimum, but I don't think they do just yet. He knows somebody was mid-doors. Will he check the corner? Kios comes out at the right time, but he's got the information for his team. Robin's got no grenades. He eats a flashbang. There's a molly, but there's no position for Torek to really throw it. Better to have his gun out. And Robin's just poking and prodding. He'll get shot from the bottom. And there we go. There's the first map for Syman Gaming. A back and forth affair, but definitely the T side, I think, overall was stronger for both teams. And Syman seemed to have more in them. Just a little bit more than Unique on that first map. So I think it was difficult. All about the difficult CT sides.
Yeah.
And getting as many rounds as possible on the T side.